So hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. This week you join me back on the hunt for tench, and if it's anything like the last session we'll include Mr. Bream and Mr. Carp in that. It's the next day after that session actually, and in the morning I've been and done a work party for PA, cutting down a couple of trees, finished for midday and decided to come and give it a go. Not got loads of bait, got some dead maggots as you can see on screen now. Hardly any maggots after last night's debacle with not being able to keep a rod in the water, and we've got plenty of pellets and ground bait. So we might have to tailor our approach today. You can see beautiful conditions, overcast, raining. As you can see on screen now, the swim is a bit makeshift. There's a lot of gravel and I haven't got my pod, so I've improvised with the rod pod, but we've got rods in the water. I'm sat underneath my brolly and just sitting back. I've put 3 spoms of the maggot on the rod in the middle, and I've seen a carp roll to the left on the margin, so I've just dropped a rig down there as well. Now all that remains is to sit back. What a beautiful view, and hopefully we're just in time for maybe a 2 o'clock bite time. So as starts to a session go, it's working, but nil pois on the bank. I had one screaming run on the left hand rod and literally nothing was there, and it was tearing off, weird. And then we've just had another take and it's come off halfway in. Not a venue you want to be losing fish on, but it's fishing, isn't it? So all eyes were on the left hand rod with the bubbling, and then the right hand rod, a huge drop back and confidence boost because this has come on the ground bait. So yeah, that might be what we're using when the maggots run out, so a huge confidence boost. So there we go, what a lovely way to start the session. Those 2 drop runs drift away, don't they? The first one there was nothing there, so yeah, we can't call that a dropped run. The second one, most definitely, as you can see, soaking wet through from the work party, but fish on the bank is all that matters. Let's get it straight back and get the rod back out. Some live maggots, like I said at the start, I haven't got a huge amount of, and they're running out fast. Casting every hour with that left hand rod, and that's the only one that's getting the maggots on it. And yeah, just hoping that spodding over the top with some of this, only a little bit in each spom, but save some of that for later on in the session. I think there's enough bait over that rod at the moment. The other thing I've done with the right hand rod, and that's the one the bite come on, I have got another bag of this Hinders method mix ground bait, but as you can see I've put a bag of micros in it, some of the big pellets, just to try and stodge it out a bit. So it is a confidence boost that has come on that rod, because when the live maggots run out, this is going to be the bait that we're going to be using. So yeah, great to get a tench on it, really am. The rod's back out, time to sit back underneath the brolly, try and dry out a bit, because as you've probably seen on that bit wet from this morning. There's plenty of signs out there of fish feeding, but you've got to hope that that rod goes again, don't we? But yeah, great to get a fish on the bank. So coming on the right hand rod again, most definitely not a tench. It's definitely Mr. Carp. So on this £10 hook link, yeah, just gonna concentrate on trying to get it in. So what a battle that was. You can see there the cordon all around there. What is it? 1.5 pound test curve, and what a battle under the rod tip. And that felt a bit like the battle from the other night. It's easily an upper double. We'll give him away a bit of a rest. You can see there plastic maggot and a bit of corn, and coming on that right hand rod again with the ground bait. So yeah, we'll give him a bit of a rest, get the gear ready and take a look. And now we are in trouble. We got a nice carp in the net and the other rod's just gone. We feel very big, but that being said, when you played, that's got to be near 20 pound, that carp. The next fish is never going to feel as big, is it? So first of all, I don't know how Mr. Carp missed the inside rod, because he was fighting really hard, and then I was just unhooking him in the margin here, and the other rod went, like you've seen. Absolute carnage. And if that carp is getting on for an upper double, it's not a bad tench either, is it? We'll give him a quick rest in the edge, not too long, because I've got a feeling Mr. Carp's going to batter me. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at Mr. Tench first and build our strength for Mr. Carp. But yeah, absolutely buzzing. And there we go. What a fish. 20 pound, 3 ounces on a 1.5 pound test curve rod and a 10 pound hook link. What a battle. Absolutely great fun. And then the tench rod went off, didn't it? We won't keep it out too long. It's a lovely fish and we'll get it straight back. But yeah, 2 tench and this lovely carp. Let's get it straight back. What a lovely fish. Back you go, girl. So it's not very often that you get a double take from a 20 pound carp and the new PB tench. We've upped the PB by about 5 ounces. This one going 7 pound, 8 ounces, and what lovely condition it's in. Proper buzzing. I'm soaking wet through because of the rain and the work party this morning. My top's not dried out, but yeah, super buzzing. The rods are back out and he's fizzing on the spot again. So we'll get this lovely tench straight back, and who knows what else is out there. So maggot update, and we're dwindling fast, but getting bites on that right hand rod's giving me the confidence now. Not as worried as when I first started. The rod on the maggot feeder's back out, and we'll take a look at the other feeder rod that we had the carp on. So there you go, the green Hinders method mix, a few pellets in it, micros. In there some dead maggots. I'm hoping when that hits the bottom begins to leak out, and not too far away is fake maggot and fake corn, which at the start of this adventure I had zero confidence in, but now cast it in anywhere. Let's get it out there. Literally at the moment I haven't got time to catch me breath. I've put the rod back out on the right hand rod with the feeder. As you can see, I was just talking about it. It's gone with one of those lovely big bream. Let's get him in. Take a look at him. Turned into a right red letter session, most definitely. And when they say a red letter session, they mean it. I've just weighed that bream, 8 pound, and the rod's gone off again. Absolute madness. I literally cannot keep a rod in the water, but not complaining. Great fun. That's what we do it for, innit? These days where you can't go wrong. I know it's hard to be disappointed with that last session. One thing with the bream, because it was late at night, you couldn't really see on the pictures just how big they were. The pictures are deceiving, but if you look at that, that's my hand. It's a lovely bream. Just going over 8 pound. Just starting to mark up for spawning. We'll give him a quick rest in the edge because we've got a tench in the edge as well. We'll hold him up for the camera and get him straight back. And there we go, much better light than the other night with that 9 pounder, but 8 pound. And I was just about to do that piece that you've just seen now when the rod screamed off with that tench. it looks another nice one, that Tench does. So we won't keep him out too long, get him straight back, and let's see what else is in the net. Absolutely manic. So regulars to the channel will know it's not very often I'm speechless. What a session it's been. There's not been much talking in between the fish because there hasn't been much time, brutally honest. But this, the icing on the cake. £8, 11 ounces, new PB, broke it twice today. This one obliterates it. It's the biggest tench I've ever seen in my life. Beautiful fish. We won't keep it out too long. It's a lovely fish and we'll get it straight back. But yeah, one happy Danny. Yeah, proper made up. And there we go, all gone. And yeah, I made them last as long as possible really. But that was the last cast with the live maggots. So one of the things I am liking about the helicopter rig is how easy it is to change your feeder. Now the maggots have run out, so I needed to change from a maggot feeder to a ground bait one. Dead simple, just unclip one and put the other on, and it'd be just as simple to put on a lead. But yeah, nice and versatile. So let's get it back out there. So I've had a 10-minute sit down and recoup, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a spom of maggots over that left hand rod. It's doing bites and I'm sure these fish coming to the spot. Just going to try and keep them there, so not too much bait, just enough to keep the fish in the area. So there are thunderstorms due later today, this evening, and that's kind of how it feels at the moment. That calm either before or after the storm. There's a lot less activity out there now, but just keeping on casting the rods regular, probably every half an hour have a recast, and hopefully they'll move back in. Just saying how it was a bit quiet, and the right hand rod on the ground bait, the tiniest of takes, it was a couple of beeps, and the hanger went up a little bit and then down, and it was the most subtlest of takes. It looks like we're into another tench. So the smallest one of the day so far, £6 on the nose, but what lovely condition. Put up a great fight. We'll get him back, get the rod back on the spot. Getting on for about 6:30 now, so we're not too far off that bite time from last night. Let's get it straight back. One little tip when you've had a fish is just make sure that you reset the rig. You can see there just how aggressive the take was. That rubber at the top has been pushed right up the line. So I pushed it right back down. It's ready to go again. So with some ground bait, some dead maggots in the feeder, and let's get it back out there. So as you've seen there, I was just about to say it's coming up to 8 o'clock, the same time as the other session, and the rod absolutely ripped off. And it looks like we've got another tench. I was just about to say it's about now. Last night we got the bite, and as you saw, the rod screamed off. Just creeping over £7, £7.3, a beautiful male tench. And yeah, what a ripping bite it was. A great fight. We'll get it straight back. We're going to lose the light quite quickly tonight because it is very overcast. We'll get this beautiful tench straight back. And if anyone watched the carp catcher on YouTube, it is definitely stand by your buzzers time. Used to love watching his vlogs, and most definitely 8 o'clock is stand by your buzzers time. I didn't have to wait too long by that buzzer for the left hand rod that we've changed over to that feeder now to scream off. And yeah, 8 o'clock is most definitely stand by your buzzer. And I do miss the Carp Catchers channel, most definitely. It was a great watch, but that's one of the things that I always remember. And there we go, a lovely male tench, going £6 4 ounces. The second bite after 8 o'clock, and it was stood by the alarm. Absolutely beautiful condition. We'll get it straight back and get the rod back out on the spot. But despite fishing on until dark, no more bites were forthcoming, and it brought an amazing session to an end. So a couple of weeks later, and editing the vlog, you really do relive it all again. It really was one of those sessions that will live long in the memory and highlights the beauty of fishing. When the river's closed and I set off on my closed season adventure, I really didn't think it would involve a session like the one we've just had. But that is the beauty of fishing. It's the journey of learning, and the journey of discovery and new venues, and that is why I love it so much. I really hope you have enjoyed this week's vlog and the contents of it. If you have, please leave the video a like. If you are new around here, please subscribe to the channel. I want to wish you all tight lines in your own fishing, and I'll catch you all next week. Tight lines.